What do you call a car who plays the violin? A musician.
Knock, knock.
Okay, everyone, get in the zone.
Really felt like it was never going to happen. You know, we would rehearse on Zoom, we'd workshop it on Zoom, and then the dates would fall through, or we'd get COVID, or we'd go into another lockdown. And it felt at some point like this show would never happen.
I think it kind of brought the magic back into it. I found it very difficult rehearsing on Zoom because none of us were in the same space, so it was very hard to get any of the chemistry or the relationship between the actors. So I think coming back into in person gave me hope for the production as something that would work.
I think one of my favourite things about the play was how we incorporated our games into that drama setting.
It was daunting, very daunting. I had a moment of standing on the stage during rehearsals, and I looked out this is going to be full of people in a few days, and I had a bit of a moment oh God, can I do this? But eventually got through it, and felt like no time had passed at all.
Well, this was my first play, and it was odd. I was very I was nervous definitely at the night and stuff, especially because it was lead and stuff. But after getting on stage when it actually happened and stuff, the whole thing just kind of just zoomed by, I suppose.
My favourite part about plays is always just hanging out with my friends in the dressing rooms. We always have one dressing room for learning lines, and then one party dressing room, and just going out and getting lunch and just hanging out and talking about whether it's about the play or just as lives, just the most random things is always my favourite part. It's I have space here, this is where I am, I have friends here, so it just always feels like a place that I belong.
Throughout the play, I've seen the actors work tirelessly to portray this story the best they can. They've put all the hard work in. So many emotions were felt during the play, with just finding how we can just portray this story the best we could. Again, with music and lighting and clothing, the change, just trying to portray that change on stage through theatre, through music, through art, really.
The energy just in the room was so good. It was nervous butterflies, but also exciting, and it was just everything all at once, and it was just amazing. And I remember afterwards our energy was just we had enough energy to do it all again.
I feel when we left and you come out of the theatre and everyone's there and they're saying how good it was, and seeing everyone's reaction after it was done, and remembering that people were actually watching you do it.
Pretty good. The movement was really well done.
I really liked it. I thought the script was really smart and funny.
And it's just so amazing to be able to see these really, really talented bunch start to blossom and bloom and show their talent and skills and show them for good.
We can actually have an impact on things, which is just amazing to me, proper adult government things.
Thank you very much, Cahirlach. So I rise today on the foot of last week, being lucky enough to attend an absolutely incredible production of Who's There by Droichead Youth Theatre, my alma mater and most important stomping ground in growing me into the person I am today. This ensemble production, it was directed by one of my longest and oldest friends, Christina Matthews. She's the creative director of Droichead Youth Theatre. And I just was really, really struck by the content of the play. Like, Droichead Youth Theatre always lead out on doing brave pieces of work, brave productions. They always challenge us, and this one was no different. This play was about teenage cancer and the experience of a young person having cancer. But it didn't just address that issue, it addressed, the complicated and related struggles of teenagers and family dynamics and bullying and romantic relationships, or lack thereof, as the case was as we moved along in the play. And I just really wanted to commend them, because it was just not something, the topic of teenage cancer or young people having cancer is just not a topic I think actually gets us a huge amount of airtime. At the end of the production, they wrote a really incredible piece.
Canteen is an Irish organisation that supports people aged between 12 and 25 who have been diagnosed with cancer.
They support and empower young people who are facing illness at this unique point in their life,
bridging the gap between child and adulthood.
They advocate for resources and solutions for people our age.
Canteen and the Irish Cancer Society are on the front line for the battle with cancer.
Yet they only receive 3% of their income from the Irish government.
Last year, they raised €21 million through donations, fundraising campaigns, and through charity shops across the country.
This allowed over 1.6 million people across the country free access to information and services.
We all have a role to play in our fight against cancer.
Don't let this conversation end with this play.
Raise awareness.
Be informed.
Check your body and know what changes to look for.
And please, if you can,